Hello students, we are going to start Chapter 2 Microorganisms, Friend and Foe. Microorganisms, they are also called as microbes. Very small organisms which cannot be seen with the naked eyes are called microorganisms or microbes. They may be unicellular or multicellular, may exist alone like amoeba or in colonies like fungi and bacteria. They are found in all kinds of environment like ice, cold climate, hot springs, deserts, marshy lands, etc. They are also found inside the bodies of other organisms. So here are some of the characteristics of microbes. Types of microorganisms. They are basically of 5 types. Here bacteria, fungi, algae and protozoan and viruses also. Fungi example can be bread mold, penicillium, algae, chlamydomonas, spirogyra, protozoan, amoeba, paramecium. Viruses. They are different from other microorganisms as they reproduce only in the body of host organisms like bacteria, plants or animals. You can see the pictures depicting of virus. Friendly microorganisms. On the basis of presence of microbes or their work, they are of 2 types. They can be of friendly also and they can be harmful also. How they can be friendly or useful for us? For example, making curd from milk. The bacterium called lactobacillus reproduces in milk and help us to convert milk into curd. It also helps in making bread. The fungus called yeast reproduces in flour dough and produces carbon dioxide during respiration, which makes the dough soft and helps in making bread, cakes, biscuits, pastries, etc. It is also used for making alcohol. Yeast is used for commercial production of alcohol and wine. The fungus called yeast reproduces in sugar solution and converts it into alcohol. This process is called fermentation. Louis Pasteur discovered fermentation in 1857. Microbes are also used in making medicines. Some bacteria and fungi are used to make medicines which kill or stops the growth of disease-causing microorganisms. Such medicines are called antibiotics. For example, streptomycin, tetracycline, erythromycin, etc. Soil also bacteria or we can say microbes also are useful in increasing soil fertility. Some bacteria and blue-green algae are able to fix nitrogen from the atmosphere to enrich soil with nitrogen and increase its fertility. These microbes are also called biological nitrogen fixers. They are also helped in cleaning the environment. Microorganisms decompose dead organic waste of plants and animals and convert them into simple substances which are again used by other plants and animals. Now we are going to read about the harmful microorganisms. As we have read many uses of microorganisms, now here are some harmful uses also. Some microorganisms cause diseases in plants and animals. Such diseases causing microorganisms are called pathogens. Some microorganisms grow in food substances and produce toxic substances and makes the food poisonous. Food poisoning causes illness and even death. Some microorganisms spoil materials like clothing, leather, wood, etc. Pathogens. Disease-causing microorganisms are known as pathogens. Enter our body through air, water, food contact or insects. These pathogens can enter our body with the help of air, water, food, contact or insects. Diseases which can spread from an infected person to a healthy person are called communicable diseases. For example, cholera, common cold, chickenpox, tuberculosis, etc. Some insects and animals act as carriers of disease-causing microbes. For example, housefly, female Anopheles mosquito which causes malaria, female Aedes mosquito which causes dengue fever, etc. These are some of the pictures showing how female Anopheles mosquito spread malaria and Aedes mosquito spread dengue. Now, disease causing microorganisms in plants. As we have read, microorganisms affects both plants and animals. How far we have read about the microorganism affects in animals. Now we are going to learn about disease causing microorganisms in plants. Microorganisms cause diseases in plants like rice, wheat, potato, sugarcane, apple, orange, etc. These diseases reduce crop yield. They can be controlled by using chemicals which kill the microbes. Some common human diseases caused by microorganisms. Human diseases like chickenpox is caused by virus. Mode of transmission, it can be spread through air contact. Second, polio. It is also caused by virus and it also transmits with the help of air and water. Measles, and the causative microorganism is virus again. Mode of transmission is air. Hepatitis B, it is also spread by virus and the mode of transmission is water. Tuberculosis, it is spread by the bacteria and the mode of transmission is air. Typhoid, again bacteria and mode of transmission is water. Cholera, it is also a bacterial disease which spreads through water and food. Malaria, it spreads through protozoan and the mode of transmission is mosquito. Some common plant diseases caused by microorganisms like citrus canker, it spreads through bacteria and the mode of transmission is air. Rust of wheat, the microorganism is fungi and the mode of transmission is air or seed. Yellow mosaic of okra, lady's finger bhindi, it spreads through virus and the mode of transmission is water. Now, there are various methods of food preservation. How to keep the food safe? First one is chemical method. Pickles can be preserved by using chemicals like salts and edible oils. Jams and squashes can be preserved by using sodium benzoate, sodium metaphysulfate. These chemicals are called preservatives. Salting. Food items like fish, meat, amla, raw mangoes, tamarind, etc. can be preserved by using common salt. It prevents the growth of microbes. By using sugar. Food items like jams, jellies, squashes, etc. can be preserved by using sugar solutions. It reduces the moisture content which inhibits the growth of bacteria. By using oil and vinegar also, we can preserve the food for a long time. Oil and vinegar prevents spoilage of pickles because bacteria cannot live in such an environment. Vegetable, fruits, fish and meat are often preserved by this method. Heat and cold treatments. Heating food items kills microbes. Storing food items at low temperature prevents growth of microbes. Storage and packing. Many food items are stored in airtight containers to protect them from microbes. Pasteurization. The process of heating milk to about 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds and then suddenly chilling it to prevent the growth of microbes. This process was discovered by Louis Pasteur. Pasteurization, a bit detail about it. The process of heating milk to about 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds and then suddenly chilling it to prevent the growth of microbes called pasteurization. This process was discovered by Louis Pasteur. By storage and packing also we can preserve our food. Here is very important cycle known as nitrogen cycle. As you know, nitrogen cannot be obtained directly by the soil bacteria. So here is one kind of bacteria which convert nitrogen into different forms, and this nitrogen into different forms is used by the plants and then for its growth. The nitrogen in the atmosphere is converted into nitrogen compounds in the soil by nitrogen fixing bacteria and blue-green algae. Lightning also converted into nitrogen compounds in the soil. The nitrogen compounds in the soil is used by plants for the synthesis of proteins and other compounds. Animals feeding on the plant get these proteins and other compounds. When plants and animals die, bacteria and fungi in the soil converts the nitrogenous waste into nitrogen compounds in the soil, which are again used by plants. Some other bacteria convert some nitrogen compounds into the soil into nitrogen gas, which goes back into the atmosphere. Hence, the nitrogen in the atmosphere almost remains constant. So, with the help of nitrogen cycle, we take the nitrogen from the atmosphere and we return it back so that a balance should be maintained of nitrogen in the atmosphere. Thank you.